What if I told you that an 80-year-old man who had completely lost his ability to perform in bed, who had given up hope after years of pills and frustration, got his erections back simply by adding one small ingredient to his morning coffee? No drugs, no surgery, no expensive supplements. Just one simple food, something he could find right in his kitchen, and within weeks, his confidence, energy, and manhood returned. That might sound impossible, but what I'm about to share with you is backed by real science and real patient results. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara. I'm a board-certified urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their vitality naturally. I've worked with thousands of patients, men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, and I can tell you with absolute confidence, it is never too late for your body to recover its strength, your blood flow, and your performance. Here's the part that surprises most men. Coffee, something you drink every morning, can become one of the most powerful tools for male vitality, but only when you combine it with the right ingredient. This isn't a pill or powder. It's a natural spice that ancient cultures used for stamina and endurance, and modern science is now proving why it works. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how this one combination can reopen your blood vessels, raise your testosterone, and bring back the kind of performance you thought was gone forever. And stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal exactly what to mix with your coffee, how to do it, and the one secret timing trick that can change everything for you. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another men's health tip designed especially for you. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make these videos even more valuable for you. Now that you understand why this simple habit caught my attention, let's move into what actually happens inside your body every time you take that first sip of coffee. Because most men think it only wakes up the mind, but in reality, it's doing far more than that. It's awakening the body itself, from your heart down to your most vital circulation. 1. What coffee really does to a man's body. Every morning, millions of men start their day the same way, by reaching for a cup of coffee. That first sip feels like comfort, a familiar rhythm of life. The warmth, the aroma, the jolt of energy. It's how we wake up the world. But what most men don't realize is that coffee does something much deeper than simply shaking off sleep. It's not just waking your mind, it's quietly awakening your entire body, preparing it for performance, vitality, and confidence. When that coffee touches your tongue, caffeine begins its journey within seconds. It moves through your bloodstream, straight to your brain, blocking a chemical called adenosine, the signal that tells your body it's tired. As adenosine fades, dopamine and serotonin surge. Those are the feel-good messengers that bring focus, alertness, and motivation. Suddenly, you feel alive again, ready to face the day with purpose. But here's the fascinating part. The same reaction happening in your brain also sparks a powerful change in your body. Caffeine stimulates your nervous system to release adrenaline, a natural signal that tells your heart to beat stronger, your vessels to open wider, and your circulation to flow faster. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, and yes, better blood flow where it matters most. I've seen men who believed their best days were behind them begin to notice subtle changes after just a week of using coffee the right way. They felt stronger, lighter, more alive. Because what's happening isn't magic, it's pure, beautiful biology doing exactly what it was designed to do. And that's just the beginning. Because while coffee alone can awaken your system, it's what you combine it with that truly transforms it into a natural performance booster. In the next part, I'll reveal the one simple ingredient that turns an ordinary cup of coffee into something extraordinary. Something that can bring back the kind of strength and stamina you thought were gone for good. 2. The real reason erections fade with age. I've sat across from countless men in my office, strong, hardworking men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, who look at me with the same quiet frustration. They say, "Doc, I still feel desire, but my body just doesn't respond the way it used to." It's a painful truth that many carry in silence. But here's what I always tell them. What's happening to you isn't your fault, and it's not the end of the road. It's simply biology. biology we can work with. As the years go by, the inner walls of your blood vessels start to lose their flexibility. They stiffen like old rubber hoses, making it harder for blood to flow where it's needed most. At the same time, your body's natural production of nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your arteries to open, starts to slow down. That means when arousal begins, the message to deliver blood isn't as strong or as fast as it used to be. Add to that the gradual drop in testosterone levels and the rise of cortisol, your body's main stress hormone, and suddenly the balance shifts. Energy fades, mood dips, and those firm, lasting erections that once came effortlessly become less frequent and less reliable. It's not just about age, it's about chemistry, circulation, and the subtle changes happening inside your body every single day. But the good news, the part that still amazes me after decades in medicine, is that this decline isn't permanent. Your body still has the machinery to perform. It just needs the right signal to switch back on. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s reignite their confidence by restoring that delicate balance between blood flow, hormones, and the nervous system. And sometimes, that spark begins with something as simple as what you drink in the morning. Because when you combine coffee with one particular natural ingredient, you can wake up those dormant systems and send that vital signal again. In fact, this single addition has helped many of my patients rediscover the strength, endurance, and passion they thought were gone forever. Let me show you exactly what it is. 3. The secret ingredient, cinnamon. I'll never forget the day one of my patients, George, came to see me. He was 80 years old, sharp-minded, full of life, but quietly embarrassed. He sat down and said, "Doc, I still love my wife, but my body just doesn't cooperate anymore. I've tried pills, I've tried diets, nothing seems to help." I could hear the frustration in his voice, the loss of something deeper than performance. It was confidence, pride, connection. I looked at him and said, "George, what if I told you the answer might already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet?" He raised an eyebrow, half amused, half skeptical. And that's when I told him about cinnamon. Most people think of cinnamon as just a flavor, a sprinkle on toast or oatmeal, but what many don't realize is that it's one of the most powerful natural ingredients for blood flow, hormone balance, and male vitality. Cinnamon contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which helps relax and expand your blood vessels. It improves nitric oxide production, the very chemical your body uses to trigger and maintain an erection. It also helps your body metabolize sugar more efficiently, preventing those sudden crashes that drain energy and testosterone. And the best part? It's completely natural. When George started adding just half a teaspoon of cinnamon to his morning coffee, something remarkable happened. Within 3 weeks, he called my office, his voice full of excitement. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what kind of magic this is, but my mornings are different again. I feel alive." That spark, that confidence, had returned. And it wasn't magic at all. It was biology responding to the right combination. You see, cinnamon doesn't just enhance coffee's effects, it amplifies them. Together, they create a natural synergy that strengthens blood flow, steadies hormones, and restores vitality from the inside out. And when you understand how these two simple ingredients work together, you'll realize that sometimes the smallest change can lead to the biggest transformation. So let's take a closer look at why this powerful duo works so perfectly, and what happens when science meets nature in your morning cup. 4. The science behind the synergy. When I first began studying the relationship between caffeine and natural compounds like cinnamon, I didn't expect the results to be so remarkable. Yet the more I observed my patients, the clearer it became. This combination wasn't coincidence. It was chemistry working exactly as nature intended. Caffeine by itself stimulates your nervous system, waking up your heart, your mind, and your circulation. But cinnamon adds something deeper. It calms inflammation, relaxes the smooth muscles that line your arteries, and helps those vessels stay open longer. Together, they create what I like to call controlled energy, powerful, steady, and focused. Think of it this way. Caffeine is the ignition key, the spark that tells your body, "Wake up, get moving." Cinnamon is the stabilizer. It keeps the engine running smoothly so you don't burn out. That's why so many men experience a crash after drinking regular coffee. Their blood sugar spikes, their energy surges, then falls. But when cinnamon enters the picture, those highs and lows level out. The body stays energized without the anxiety, without the jittery crash, and most importantly, with stronger, longer-lasting circulation. I've seen this synergy transform men's mornings. They report sharper focus, calmer energy, and a warmth they hadn't felt in years, especially in areas that matter most. What's happening inside is simple. Blood vessels are expanding, nitric oxide is rising, and your body is operating in perfect hormonal rhythm. It's the natural balance most men lose with age, restored by two simple ingredients working in harmony. And the beauty of it all? It doesn't require complicated supplements or risky treatments, just understanding how to use what you already have in your kitchen. But to truly unlock this power, timing is everything. Because if you drink your coffee at the wrong moment or mix it the wrong way, you could be missing its full potential. So let me show you exactly when and how to use this ritual to maximize your results. 5. When and how to use it for maximum results. Timing, in medicine and in life, can make all the difference. I've seen men follow every bit of good advice, eat well, exercise, even add the right ingredients to their coffee, and still miss the benefits because they simply did it at the wrong time. Your body runs on rhythm, guided by hormones that rise and fall throughout the day. Understanding that rhythm is the key to unlocking coffee's true potential. When you first wake up, your body's natural cortisol, the hormone that gives you alertness, is already at its peak. If you drink coffee right then, you're piling caffeine on top of a natural surge. It gives you a quick jolt, yes, but it also confuses your hormonal balance. That's why I always tell my patients to wait about 45 to 60 minutes after waking before having their first cup. By then, your cortisol begins to dip, and that's when caffeine steps in perfectly to lift your energy, sharpen your focus, and spark your circulation without overwhelming your system. And here's the real magic. What you pair with your coffee matters just as much as when you drink it. Adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon to that morning cup can stabilize blood sugar and sustain the benefits throughout the day. Avoid sugary creamers or flavored syrups. They spike insulin and counteract everything you're trying to achieve. If you want a smoother taste, use a splash of unsweetened almond milk or a pinch of cacao powder. Drink your cinnamon coffee slowly, like a ritual. Let it wake your body naturally instead of forcing it. Within a few weeks, most men begin to notice not only better focus and stamina, but a stronger response where it counts most. It's subtle at first. A warmth, a firmness, a return of morning energy, but it builds with consistency. And while timing your coffee is powerful, there's one more step that takes this transformation to another level. Because when you combine this ritual with the right kind of movement, the results can be truly life-changing. 6. Why this works especially well after age 60. The older I get, the more I appreciate how the body changes with time and how incredibly resilient it still is. Many of my patients over 60 come into my office with the same look of quiet resignation. They tell me, "Doc, maybe this is just part of getting old." And I always shake my head and say, "No, your age isn't the problem. It's your circulation, your chemistry, and how your body responds to stress. And those things can be changed." After 60, the inner lining of your arteries, called the endothelium, begins to weaken. Years of high blood pressure, sugar fluctuations, and even simple aging cause inflammation that limits nitric oxide, the molecule that allows your blood vessels to open fully. When that system slows, every part of your body suffers, including your most intimate function. But the good news is, the right combination of nutrients can actually help those vessels heal and become flexible again. That's where the partnership of coffee and cinnamon becomes so valuable. The antioxidants in cinnamon fight oxidative stress, the same type of cellular damage that hardens arteries over time. Meanwhile, caffeine stimulates nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme responsible for creating nitric oxide in the first place. Together, they form a restoration loop, cinnamon repairing, caffeine activating, both encouraging your vessels to open and your blood to move freely. I've seen men well into their 70s regain not only better erections, but sharper memory, more stable energy, and a calmer mood simply by following this morning ritual. It's proof that your body never stops responding. It only needs the right signals to perform again. And as those signals strengthen, something else extraordinary happens. You begin to feel that spark of confidence return, the one you thought age had taken for good. But to keep that spark burning, you have to address one more piece of the puzzle, the mental and emotional side that connects everything together. 7. Bonus, the mental and emotional edge. I've treated men for over 3 decades, and I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Performance isn't just about blood flow or testosterone. It's also about what's happening between your ears and inside your heart. The mind plays a far greater role in a man's vitality than most people ever realize. I've met men in their 70s with the energy of someone half their age, and when I ask them their secret, they smile and say, "Doc, I just feel good about myself again." That's not luck. That's chemistry meeting confidence. When you drink coffee, caffeine stimulates dopamine, the neurotransmitter that fuels motivation, focus, and desire. It gives you that feeling of readiness, that quiet sense of control. Add cinnamon to the mix, and it does something remarkable. It stabilizes your mood and improves blood flow to the brain, keeping you calm, alert, and emotionally steady. It's like balancing the gas pedal and the brakes at the same time. Your energy is focused, not frantic. That balance is what so many men lose with age, and restoring it can reignite not only physical performance but mental sharpness and emotional connection. I remember one of my patients telling me, "Doc, after a month of your coffee routine, I'm not just performing better, I'm smiling again." That's the part that moves me most. When a man feels in control of his body, everything else follows: his confidence, his relationships, his sense of purpose. This simple ritual doesn't just restore the body, it rebuilds the man inside it. And here's the part most people overlook: the mind and body feed each other. When you improve blood flow, your brain functions better. When your mind is clear and confident, your body performs naturally. It's a powerful cycle of renewal. But if you want to keep that cycle strong, there's one crucial mistake you must avoid. One habit that silently erases all your progress without you even realizing it. Let's talk about that next. 8. A word of caution. Over the years, I've learned that even the best habits can lose their power if done the wrong way. Men often come to me excited saying, "Doc, I've been drinking coffee with cinnamon every day." But then they admit they're still feeling jittery, tired, or sleepless. And when I ask what kind of coffee they're using, the answer is almost always the same: instant, sweetened, or heavily flavored drinks from the supermarket shelf. That's where the problem begins. Not all coffee is created equal. Those colorful packets that promise energy and flavor are often filled with hidden sugars, artificial oils, and chemicals that completely cancel out the natural benefits of caffeine. They cause blood sugar spikes, constrict your arteries, and even lower testosterone over time. I've looked at lab results of patients who switched from fresh brewed coffee to instant mixes, and within weeks, their blood pressure rose, their inflammation markers spiked, and their energy levels dropped. It broke my heart because they were trying to do the right thing but didn't realize they were sabotaging their own progress. If you truly want results, go back to the basics. Use pure, freshly ground coffee beans, organic if possible. Brew it with a French press, drip, or espresso machine. Keep it black or add just a touch of unsweetened almond milk. And if you want to take it one step further, sprinkle in a little cinnamon or cacao powder. Those small choices make a huge difference for your heart, hormones, and circulation. Quality always wins over quantity, especially when it comes to what you put into your body. I tell my patients this all the time. One clean, high-quality cup will do far more for you than 3 cups of processed coffee. It's not about drinking more, it's about drinking smarter. And once you make that shift, something beautiful happens. Your body starts to respond faster, your energy feels more stable, and you begin to see the real transformation from the inside out. But to bring it all together, to truly lock in these changes, there's one final step: a daily rhythm that ties your body, mind, and heart into perfect harmony. Let's bring it all home. 9. Combining coffee, cinnamon, and movement. One of the greatest lessons I've learned as a doctor is that the body rewards action. You can eat right, sleep well, and drink your coffee perfectly, but if you never move, your circulation never truly wakes up. The truth is, the combination of caffeine and physical activity creates something almost magical. Caffeine primes the body for movement, and movement tells the body how to use that energy. Together, they form one of the most powerful natural therapies for male vitality I've ever seen. When you drink your cinnamon coffee, your heart rate rises slightly, your blood vessels open, and your nervous system sends a clear message: get ready. This is the perfect moment to move your body. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Even a simple 20-minute walk after your morning cup can dramatically increase blood flow, oxygen delivery, and nitric oxide levels. I've seen men in their 70s regain stamina, sharper focus, and even stronger intimacy simply by adding that small habit to their day. Caffeine and exercise work in harmony. One ignites the spark, the other builds the flame. A light workout after coffee boosts testosterone naturally and helps your body stay sensitive to insulin, which means better energy and fewer crashes. And for those who think exercise is only about muscles, let me tell you, it's about circulation, heart health, and confidence. When your blood moves, so does your spirit. I often tell my patients to mix things up. A few days of walking or cycling, a few days of light resistance training, and maybe some stretching or yoga. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. When your body starts responding, you'll feel it in ways you didn't expect. Your mornings will feel clearer, your mood lighter, and yes, your performance will follow. But there's still one more detail that can either amplify all of this or undo it completely: the kind of coffee you choose. And most men are making this mistake every single day without even realizing it. 10. The best coffee for men's vitality. If there's one thing I've learned from decades of working with men, it's that quality matters more than quantity, especially when it comes to what you put in your body every single morning. Coffee can be your greatest ally or your silent enemy, depending entirely on the kind you choose. Too often, men reach for the cheapest or most convenient option, the instant packets, the sugary flavored blends, or those drive-through cups topped with whipped cream and syrup. They taste good for a moment, but what they're really doing is flooding your bloodstream with sugar, spiking insulin, and clogging the very arteries you're trying to open. When I recommend coffee for vitality, I always tell my patients to treat it like medicine, because in many ways, it is. Choose freshly ground, organic beans whenever possible. Single-origin coffees, grown at higher altitudes, tend to be richer in antioxidants and lower in toxins. Those antioxidants protect your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and keep your circulation smooth and strong. Instant coffee, on the other hand, is often stripped of these nutrients and loaded with additives that blunt its natural benefits. If you can, brew your coffee with care. Use a French press, pour-over, or espresso machine. Keep it black, or add a touch of unsweetened almond milk if you need to soften the flavor. And for an extra boost, sprinkle in half a teaspoon of cinnamon or a pinch of cacao powder. These small details make all the difference. Over time, they protect your heart, balance your hormones, and give you a steady, grounded energy that no sugary latte ever could. I remember one patient in his late 70s who made this switch. He told me, "Doc, I didn't just feel more energetic, I felt cleaner, lighter, like my body was finally working with me again." That's the power of pure, natural coffee done right. And when you pair that daily ritual with the right foods, something incredible happens. Your body doesn't just perform better, it starts to rebuild itself from the inside out. Let's talk about those foods next. 11. The perfect foods to pair with coffee. When I tell men that what they eat with their morning coffee can either boost or block their performance, they often look at me with surprise. But it's true. Your breakfast determines how effectively your body uses the energy and nutrients that follow. Coffee on its own is powerful, but when paired with the right foods, it becomes a complete vitality formula. I've seen this simple combination transform sluggish mornings into days filled with focus, stamina, and confidence. Let's start with what actually supports your body. Foods rich in magnesium, zinc, and healthy fats work in harmony with caffeine to stabilize hormones and strengthen blood flow. Avocados are one of my top recommendations. They're loaded with vitamin E and monounsaturated fats that nourish your arteries and improve testosterone balance. Add a few slices to whole grain toast, and you've got a heart-healthy, performance-boosting breakfast. Then there are nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, and especially pumpkin seeds. They're rich in zinc, a mineral essential for testosterone production and sperm health. A small handful each morning helps maintain energy throughout the day and supports endurance in every sense of the word. And don't forget spinach or leafy greens. They're high in folate, a nutrient that enhances nitric oxide production and helps blood flow freely through your body. It's the same biological process that supports firmer, longer-lasting performance. Now imagine starting your morning with a cup of freshly brewed black coffee, a sprinkle of cinnamon, a few slices of avocado toast, and a handful of nuts. That's not just breakfast, it's a daily treatment for your heart, hormones, and confidence. These foods don't just fuel your day, they protect your future. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to make drastic changes. Just small, consistent choices each morning can completely reshape how your body feels and functions. But there's one last step that ties everything together. A simple daily rhythm that ensures all of this effort pays off, helping your energy, circulation, and confidence stay strong for decades to come. Let's bring it all together. 12. The daily ritual that restores strength. Over the years, I've come to realize that true change doesn't happen overnight. It happens through rhythm, through consistency, through the small things you do every single day. The men who see the biggest transformations aren't the ones who chase the newest supplement or spend hours in the gym. They're the ones who commit to a simple daily ritual, something that nourishes their body, calms their mind, and reminds them that strength is still theirs to claim. That's what I love most about this coffee and cinnamon routine. It fits seamlessly into your life. You don't have to force it, you simply make it part of your morning. Wake up, hydrate, wait about an hour, and then brew your fresh cup. Take a quiet moment while it steeps. Feel the warmth in your hands, breathe in the aroma, and remember that this isn't just coffee. It's fuel for your circulation, your hormones, and your confidence. Add that pinch of cinnamon, maybe a few slices of avocado toast on the side, and take it slow. This is your time to charge your system naturally. As you move through your day, notice how your body responds. You'll find your focus sharper, your energy steadier, your spirit lighter. Over the weeks, you may even notice something else, a renewed sense of vitality that flows through you morning and night. That's your body waking up again, responding to the consistency you've given it. What I tell every patient is this: your body is always listening. Every cup, every meal, every breath, it's taking notes. And when you treat it with care, it rewards you in ways that go far beyond performance. It gives you confidence, clarity, and strength you thought you'd lost. But there's one final truth I want to leave you with, a reminder that ties everything together. The real power isn't in the coffee or the cinnamon, it's in you. Let's talk about that next. 13. The real power is in you. After all these years of helping men restore their vitality, I've learned something that no textbook ever taught me. The greatest medicine doesn't come from a prescription, it comes from within. You can drink the perfect coffee, eat the right foods, and follow every piece of advice I've given you, but none of it truly works unless you believe that your body is still capable of change, because it is. I've seen men who thought their best days were behind them rise again, not because of luck or magic, but because they decided to take ownership of their health. When you start your morning intentionally, with that warm cup of coffee, a touch of cinnamon, a deep breath, you're doing more than nourishing your body. You're sending a message to yourself: I'm not done yet. That mindset alone is powerful enough to reignite energy, purpose, and desire. The human body responds to belief and consistency in ways that science is only beginning to understand. Confidence releases hormones, reduces stress, and sharpens focus. When you feel good about your routine, your body starts aligning with that feeling. I've had men in their 70s tell me they feel stronger, lighter, and more alive than they did 20 years earlier. Not because of some miracle drug, but because they finally believed that they were still in control. They stopped surrendering to age and started partnering with it. That shift, from fear to confidence, changes everything. Your body follows your mind's lead. So as you sip your morning coffee tomorrow, remember, it's not just about the drink or the spice or the science behind it. It's about the man holding the cup, the one who refuses to give up, the one who still has strength, love, and fire left in him. Because once you unlock that truth, you'll realize this journey isn't about aging, it's about awakening. And in my next message, I'll show you the one mineral that completes this transformation, the missing key that keeps your drive and energy alive well into your 80s. 14. Bringing it all together. When I look back on the thousands of men I've helped over my career, one pattern always stands out. The ones who thrive are the ones who take small, consistent steps every single day. They don't chase overnight miracles. They build habits that nourish their hearts, strengthen their circulation, balance their hormones, and restore their confidence. And it all starts with something as simple as that morning ritual: a cup of coffee, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a moment of quiet intention. You see, health after 60 isn't about perfection. It's about rhythm. When you wake up each day and make choices that support your body instead of fighting against it, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your energy becomes steadier, your focus sharpens, your spirit feels lighter, you begin to trust your body again, and in return, it starts to trust you. Coffee and cinnamon are just tools, simple reminders that nature still has ways to heal and restore what time has taken away. I think about men like George, who came to me at 80 feeling defeated, and who now tells me he feels young again. Or Thomas, who thought his intimacy was gone forever, only to discover that consistency, not chemistry, was his real cure. These stories remind me that vitality doesn't belong to the young, it belongs to the committed, to the men who refuse to stop caring for themselves, to those who believe that strength can return at any age because the body never stops listening. So tomorrow morning, when you brew your cup, remember, it's more than coffee. It's a promise to yourself. A daily reminder that you still have control, that your body is capable, and that your best years aren't behind you. They're right in front of you. Stay consistent, stay patient, and stay confident. Because no matter your age, you have the power to rebuild, to restore, and to rise again. This is Dr. Mohit Khera reminding you, real strength doesn't fade. It waits for you to bring it back.